Hello, this is Dan Ferrisi, Editor-in-Chief with Commercial Integrator. So happy to be joined this morning by Melody Craigmyle, who is Vice President of Marketing with Exertis Almo. We're going to be talking about the E4 experience events that are going to be taking place this fall. Thank you so much, Melody, for joining me today. I really appreciate the opportunity to learn more about the exciting E4 events that Exertis Almo has in store in the coming weeks and months.
Well, thanks for having me on this morning, Dan. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we've got lots in store for integrators in the AV industry coming up in September and October.
Well, and you use the word right there, integrators. As you know, Commercial Integrator is laser focused on making sure that we apprise integrators of things that are really going to benefit their business, enable them to be more successful, enable them to serve their clients better. And having been to multiple E4 events myself, I certainly can attest to the value of integrators attending. We have the September 23rd event in the DC area. We have the October 20th event in the Boston area. Let's take each of those in turn. And let's start, of course, with the earlier one, September 23rd in the Washington, D.C. area. What are some of the benefits that integrators can expect to realize or achieve if they attend that E4 experience event?
Well, I think there are kind of four main things that integrators can expect. Number one would be, the education that we provide. A lot of people have CTS certifications and they need those RUs, and maybe they haven't wanted to get on a plane and go to a big trade show to get those, or it hasn't been available in their area. This will be the first time in 4 years that we'll be back in DC. So we have a whole new lineup, whole new schedule, all-star instructors coming to the show. So I think education is number one. I think secondly, one of the E's we talk about is exchange, and it's about networking, exchanging ideas, meeting others, talking to our instructors and our sales team about what's happening in the industry. I think third, I think the ability to see so much product in one day and the whole program. And thanks to our exhibitors and partners, it's free. So it doesn't cost the integrator anything except their time, which is very, very important when you're considering flights and hotel and things like that. And then finally, I think the final benefit is that, we really encourage integrators to bring their end users with them. So it can be their showroom for the day. Lots of integrators don't have showrooms anymore. The product then there's 3 years old, or, it just doesn't make sense to go to one customer and build an LED wall so they can see it. But by coming to E4, it's all right there for them at no charge, and we encourage them to use this as their showroom for the day.
And I think that's such a critical point, that last point you made, Melody, because ours is such an experiential industry. And as much as people can convey information descriptively, or show a video, or show photography, or show a spec sheet, it's just not the same as being able to experience, whether it's a video wall or a sound system, for yourself, being able to hear it with your own ears, see it with your own eyes, see the experience and the feelings that it evokes in you. And that's something that I see all the time, having been to E4 events. As you say, integrators bringing their clients or potential clients, partners to the event, and they get to see exactly what the integrated systems industry can achieve for them with their own eyes. And it's such a powerful benefit.
Absolutely. I totally agree. It is, we do call it the E4 experience for a reason, and that is because we really want to bring that experiential taste and flair to the show, and that's what we've worked really hard to bring over the past few years. And in Reston, or DC, as we just kind of call it, from the DC metro area, we're in a new space, a much bigger exhibit hall. We're going to have 50 exhibitors in Boston. We're actually going to have a north and a south hall, so there'll be 2 exhibit halls. We're going to have 55 exhibitors in Boston.
Wow.
So it is certainly going to be a lot to see, and a lot of new partners as a result of our partnership with Exertis that we announced, of course, in December. It's hard to believe it's going to be a year in December, but yeah, lots of new partners, lots of new products. Some of the things that maybe debuted at InfoComm, but weren't ready for prime time. But now getting into the fall, we're going to start seeing them ship, and people can get the look at the production models of some of these hot new products.
So would you like to spotlight any exhibitor in particular, or anything in terms of perhaps, as you say, an Exertis partner who formerly might not have been part of an E4 experience, anyone that people can look forward to seeing that they may not have had the opportunity to see before?
Yeah, I think people should look forward to seeing a few new exhibitors. We've got a couple of new ones that will be showing direct view LED. One is Max Hub, the other is InfraLED. We also have a partnership with Philips that previously didn't have, with just Almo. And then, we have all the top partners there too. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that, Samsung, LG, Barco, Sharp, NEC, like all of the big guys will be there with their latest and greatest stuff. So it's all new. It's going to be there along with some new faces on the exhibit hall floor.
Very exciting stuff. And I know, members of the Commercial Integrator team are going to be there, and we're super excited about it as well. Would you like to talk a little bit about the PCM Service Partnership, so people are cognizant of that and the benefits thereof?
Yeah, PCM is a new partnership that we just announced yesterday. And they source labor services across the country, and Almo is their first partner in the Pro AV space. They'll be on air with the booth talking about the partnership and what they're going to be doing. And, I think it's, from an integrator standpoint, it's very important for them to be able to find reliable, vetted labor resources for their projects, whether that is just supplemental or maybe in a geography that they don't have technicians or a skill set. Maybe somebody knows how to do Crestron, but not, AMX or whatever. But this partnership really opens up a whole new world of technicians that really are going to help integrators with supplementing labor services in their businesses. And that's going to help them, provide a better customer experience, and then also, maintain profitability.
That's really, really important as well. I mean, I just did last month a webinar with members of the NSCA Board of Directors, and all of them were talking about, in this difficult climate, the importance of having supplemental labor resources. It really does seem to be at the tip of the tongue of many of the most respected and successful integrators. So I think that's a super important partnership for Exertis Almo. Kudos for that. And I know there's going to be a lot of interest and excitement at these E4 events to learn more about PCM. So I just want to talk briefly about, the two events, obviously, as I say, the DC area and the Boston area. I imagine the education content will be somewhat similar one to the other. I know you said the Boston exhibit floor will be a little bit larger. Will there be anything that will differentiate one from the other? Is the idea that those in the Northeast will go to the Boston one, those in the Mid-Atlantic will go to the DC area one? It's not necessarily you would attend both, but you're just trying to make sure people in different areas of the country have the opportunity to benefit equally.
Yeah, definitely. We are going to have a couple of special features because, Boston is going to be our last E4 of the year. We will be having a roundtable discussion with Tom LeBlanc with NSCA, so that's very exciting. We'll have that, and then in addition, we haven't announced this yet, but I, along with Kim Lonis, who is our Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for Exertis globally, she and I are going to be hosting a roundtable discussion about diversity, equity, inclusion, and really just talking about the basics. What does that mean? How do you talk about that in your company? Why is it important? How to open up a dialogue about diversity? Kim has created some great resources for us internally here at Exertis, and I just felt like it was a golden opportunity for us to introduce that dialogue into E4, because it is important to the industry, and I'm looking forward to hosting that with her in Boston.
I'm really excited to hear that as well. I certainly agree with you. It's incredibly important for our industry, and it's very affirming, and it kind of warms your heart to see more and more people recognizing it, talking about it, bringing it to the fore, and knowing that that will be a key part of the E4 experience in Boston is a wonderful thing to hear. I think I would be remiss not to talk about some of the new integrator programs, promotions, and tools that Exertis Almo offers. As we all know, Exertis Almo exists to serve its partners, and it's a very service focused and partner focused organization. And that was just reaffirmed to me a couple of days ago when I was doing an interview with Corey Allen, your director of services, who of course was named to the 40 under 40 this year. So congratulations to him. And I know he kind of heads up the services aspect in some respects. Do you want to talk about some of those programs and promotions and tools, things that Exertis Almo offers?
Yeah, I think that, we have really done a thorough job in looking for the key partnerships that are going to help the integrators. Corey's been heading that up along with a lot of other folks here at Almo. But bringing best in breed partners to help expand services and the labor that we were talking about. We're really been working on our online presence, e-access, that integrators can any time of the day go on, look at real-time inventory, get their pricing, do price sheets, spec sheets. We've got some new tools coming out at the beginning of the year that's going to help them with marketing. Also going to be expanding some promotions that we're doing. So not quite ready for prime time yet, but lots on the horizon for 2023.
I can't wait to see how all of that develops next year. And I'm sure it'll be tremendously welcome to the integration community as they continue to benefit from the services and the package that you offer. So is there anything else with regard to the E4 experiences? Again, first in the DC area, then in Boston coming up in September and October, respectively, that the commercial integrator audience should know about it. As you say, integrators' time is valuable. They may be deciding, do I want to attend this event or this event? What does my schedule look like? Just seal the deal in terms of saying why this is something they really should sit up, take notice, and participate in.
Yeah, well, I think that I call them the savvy integrators who look at this as not just an event, but as a business opportunity for them, either to see new product, learn something new, bring an end user, introduce them to a technology. We really want people to understand that, we won't be back to Boston for 2 years. We won't be back in DC for 2 years. So, don't let this pass you by. I know it's hard to take the day out, but again, really look at it as a business opportunity and how you can leverage it to grow your integration business, close a deal. We've seen lots of end users come and see a product that they've been thinking about speccing, maybe an LED wall, and once they see it, like you said, that experience is invaluable, Dan, and that helps them close the deal. So that would be my bit of advice for integrators: is see what is on the agenda that you really feel like is going to build your business and come out. It's free. There's no reason not to come. No fees, nothing. Come and join us for all or part of the day.
As you say, no reason not to come, every reason to come. This is a challenging time in some ways for integration businesses, whether it's the supply chain, whether it's inflation, whether it's labor issues. To be able to give yourself the advantage of learning from really, really informative education sessions and panels, expand your mind, get those CTS, RUs, being able to, as you say, use your exhibit floor as a showroom to really impress upon your clients exactly what they can achieve with integrated systems, and at the cost of nothing, at the cost of some time, but other than that, at the cost of nothing. The value proposition is very, very powerful. I'll just reiterate that the first E4 experience in the DC area, specifically at the Hyatt Regency Reston in Reston, Virginia, is scheduled for September 23rd. The second one, the last one of the year in Boston area, specifically the Newton, Boston, is for October 20th. And you can go to e4experience.com if you would like to register. But I want to thank you again, Melody, for joining us and apprising our integrator audience of everything that the E4 experience can offer them.
Great. Well, thanks, Dan. Really appreciate it. And look forward to seeing your team in Boston.
Absolutely. So my pleasure to have been joined by Melody Craigmyle, who is Vice President of Marketing with Exertis Almo. My name is Dan Ferrisi, Editor-in-Chief with Commercial Integrator. Thank you for taking some time to learn about the E4 Experience events coming up this fall. Members of the Commercial Integrator team look forward to seeing you there. I think it'll be a really valuable experience.